So this video is for one of the users that messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm having a struggle trading futures. I need to build a strategy and plan for me to trade ES, right?" So in order for me to build your strategy, you have to understand the concept of things. So if we're trading futures with prop firms, most prop firms, a 50K account gives you $2,000 drawdowns. So from there, you have to understand what $2,000 drawdown means. It means you have a $2,000 balance in your account. If you have $2,000 balance in account, the next thing you want to do is, um, since you're not a perfect trader with 100% win rate, you want to build a risk management rule that makes sure you don't blow up. So then what I would usually do is I would say, hey, I have to lose 10 times in a row for me to blow up. So then that means every time I make a trade, I'll risk at most $200 right there. So I'll start building it from the risk management side of that. So every trade, um, I can lose at most $200. So no single trade can wreck you. If you trade in a position where one trade can be life or death for you, you're doing it wrong. You have no risk management there, right? You're either gonna live fast or die young. You do both actually. So then from there, um, if you understand a little bit of that risk management perspective, then the next thing you want to figure out is risk to reward ratio and how that affects your win rate percentage. So let's say if you want to increase your win rate, it's very easy. And in strategy building, in any strategy building, I've built a lot of strategy before, you can increase your win rate. If you want to increase your win rate, all you have to do is to make the take profit much lower and make the stop loss very high. So like, let's say I know that S&P 500 moves only 100 point a day, right? At most usually. And I want to have 100% win rate or 90% win rate or 95% win rate. Well, all I have to do is take profit for 5 points and have a 100 point stop loss. Easy. I would have a very high win rate. The chance of me losing at any given day is very low, in that strategy. But um, but one trade can wreck me, where like if I'm taking like 20 trades, I win 20 times, but then I lose one time, it could hurt me. So you want to find something in the middle that's balanced. So for me, a balanced approach in that is 5 points take profit and 10 point stop loss. Because I know that usually if a position goes 10 point against my direction, that means my trade was invalidated. That means my strategy was wrong. Whatever belief that I had believed in was wrong, right? And then I have to wait for a new setup. So 5 points is usually very easy to get. Where sometimes even my belief is not that perfect, I can still make money with that. So then from there, I understand that 10 point stop loss is $50 per contract in trading MES, and then 5 point profit is about $25 per contract. So that means if I lose one time, I have to win two times to break even, which is possible if my win rate is around 80%, which I can achieve most of the time. Now, the next part is how do you differentiate from taking one contract, two contracts, or four contracts, right? So since we talked about how the most we can risk at any given time should be $200, and then from there we can differentiate like when should we risk $200, when should we risk only 100, and when should we only risk 50. Well, it depends on the type of setups you have. So then if you're using the VX Algo system, the type of setup you have is very simple. You could have a C plus setup where it's a MOB play, where if the market comes back down to MOB, you buy, which is our big yellow line in the 1 minute time frame. That's a C plus setup. It comes here, you buy the MOB, you look for 5 points, you can grab 5 points easy. You're in and out of trade. You don't need to sweat, no need to worry. You can make $25 and that $50 risk. That's a C plus setup. I wouldn't put four contracts there. I would put only one contract there. Now, if I want to put four contract there, then I would need a bunch of confirmations. I would need that to be market structure being bullish already, and then I would need the 10-minute RSI coming back down to reset. So we use this morning that trade as example this morning, right? So I think the trade this morning was somewhere around here. There we go. So over here, we need the 10 minutes RSI to somewhat be at the bottom already, which it was, right? And then we need the 30-minute time frame to be bullish. So over here, so that was over here this morning around 5-6 a.m., which it was. So that is technically a plus setup. So then if the 30-minute market structure was already bullish over here at 5:50, 6 a.m., and 10 minutes RSI was extremely bottom up, which means it was likely to bounce and push up, and we already broke out, and now we're back testing here. So then this area is a 1 minute MOB area. We want to buy there. We want to buy 4 contracts, and then if it moves in our favor, we win $200, and that's great. That's a great trade. Could it make more money? Yeah, we could. We could leave runners in those scenarios, but ideally we could be in and out too to reduce risk, reduce stress, and all that stuff. I think that's a very easy strategy to execute there. All you have to do is think about having discipline, having idea what type of setups you're looking for, knowing the 10-minute buy and sell signals, knowing the 48-minute or the 30-minute chart and market structure, understanding that. And you only enter all those things aligned. If both or all three of these things align. If you get that alignment or a DP buy signal, any of those, and you find a support area and buy it, easy money. Or I'll give you another example. So let's say throughout later the rest of the day, market's been pushing up. And then you look in the 1 minute for opportunities to buy. So then if market structure remains bullish throughout the whole day, then you could essentially buy any of the moving averages. You could buy this moving average here, 6995, right? You have that 10-point stop loss. So look, it didn't go against your direction here. Um, that's a B plus setup. You can risk 2 contract there. We didn't go to 69.85. We stay above that, and then eventually it went up 5 points. You made your money. Or you could also essentially buy here as well, and you could also add more position there. You could do 4 contracts, double down there, and you will make your money as we come back up here. Very easy. So, but you have to have the confirmation. You have to have the confirmation to your strategy, and that's what a lot of people lack. And you have to keep doing it, keep repeating this process so that you know those strategies to the back of your core. And if you have that, you can make easy money. So I hope that helps. Good luck, and